So I think now we are back here live on Facebook. Had a technical difficulty, must have been an internet issue. But Josh Grant bringing you the action live from Venice High School tonight. Tonight's first pitch has been delayed by about 15 minutes, so first pitch will be at 7:15 instead of 7 o'clock as your Indians take on the Sailors for the first of 3 in a row against this Sarasota squad. Tonight will be here at Venice High School. Tomorrow is at Sarasota High School. I hope to have the stream for you from Sarasota. If not, you can find their stream on their Facebook page. And then Wednesday night, we'll wrap up the 3-game series and the week as far as your Indians go here at Venice High School at 7 o'clock. Spring break week for students. There's lots of team building activities going on for the Indians. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Venice Indians. Leading off will be the center fielder, number 12, Michael Robertson. Batting second is the left fielder, number 9, Colin Blasek. Batting third is your first baseman, number 16, Aiden Korn. In the cleanup spot in right field, number 2, John Whitney, nursing a little bit of hand injury, but will go tonight. Batting fifth is the shortstop, number 5, Merrick Houston. Batting sixth is the designated hitter for your pitcher, number 21, Grant Noakes. Batting seventh is the third baseman, number 11, Cole Shoemaker. Batting eighth is the second baseman, number 4, Connor O'Sullivan. And batting ninth is the catcher, number 14, Steven Deeds. Again, tonight's starter is Aiden Beachy, who has pitched in multiple games this season and has done really well. That changeup, fastball, changeup combination guy will be facing the Sarasota starter, Jackson Crump. Little scouting report on him. He's anywhere from 82 to 84, can touch 85. He's fastball, curveball, changeup kind of guy. So the Indians know him well. They've seen him a lot. Again, these guys, they play together a lot on their travel ball teams of Florida Burn. So they are very familiar. And they kind of look similar here tonight, too, as the Sailors showed up in a black jersey with white pants. Your Indians are also wearing a black jersey and white pants. So a little bit of intimidation here for the Sailors to come out to Venice High School in a home uniform. So that will definitely rile the guys up in the third base dugout for your Indians to see the Sailors wearing the exact same uniform as they are. Sarasota's basically trying to tell them, look, this is our place, and that is not the case, as the Indians will attempt to take 2 in a row here. On Friday night, the Indians squeaked out a 1-0 victory over Barron Collier, the Barron Collier Cougars. An outstanding effort on the mound by Houston Wynn, who went 6 2/3, just 76 pitches, 8 strikeouts, and held the Cougars to only 4 hits, I believe. 1, 2, only 2 hits. So he was the model of efficiency. He threw really well. Ian Jensen got the final out in the 7th inning. And then the Indians came up in the bottom of the 7th. We've talked about it, and Coach Velez alluded to it in the pregame show. They've had trouble hitting, but they are able to bunt very well, and they get their speed guys on, and they're able to move them around the bases, and they've shown a lot of patience. So let's look at that bottom of the 7th inning for your Indians as Cole Shoemaker led off. He was hit by a pitch on a 2-0 pitch. Then came up Merrick Houston, who singled to right, which moved Shoemaker over to second. Dylan Pisano came up with guys on first and second and had an unbelievable at-bat. He worked the count to 3-2, tried to drop a couple of bunts down, couldn't, took a couple of balls that were borderline strikes, but he had a great eye in order not to take those. And then he walked. So the bases were loaded. You had Shoemaker on third, Houston on second, and Pisano at first, which brought up the second baseman, Connor O'Sullivan. And on a 1-0 pitch, the Cougars reliever, Andrew Marlowe, skied it over the catcher's head. It was Easton LaPlaca. It was a wild pitch, went to the back of the backstop. Shoemaker scored, and your Indians brought home the victory. So there was your 1-0 win. The Indians trying to get the offense going against the Sailors tonight. Have had great pitching all year. This should be a great matchup here. Again, the first of 3 in a row against these Sailors. You don't see a lot of these 3-in-a-row series, but due to COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic and some of the restrictions about traveling around the pandemic, they are scheduling these series, and just announced by Coach Faulkner on Friday, the April 15th matchup will be at Cool Today Park, the home of the Atlanta Braves. So great atmosphere to see your Indians play on a major league level, major league field. What a great way to bring, some kind of, you don't want to say normalcy, because you don't ever get to play on that level, but a real treat for these players who have sacrificed a lot over the last year and a half through playing for this program when they couldn't. Last year it was cut halfway short. So a great reward towards the end of the season. Obviously, the biggest reward is the ring the Indians are in the pursuit of. And we're going to take a quick break here at 7 o'clock. Again, tonight's first pitch is delayed by about 15 minutes. The umpire is on their way. So we will update you here as the updates come in. So I'll take a quick break, maybe a 5-minute break, so we can figure some things out. And I'll be right back here live on the Venice High School Baseball Network.
The Venice Gondolier celebrates our Indians and their long tradition of winning championships and national recognition. Athletics and academic excellence are hallmarks of the Venice Indians' winning culture. The Gondolier team enjoys a tradition of winning the Florida Press Association's top award for 8 consecutive years. Get the Gondolier and enjoy local news, sports, and our Pulitzer Prize award-winning commentary. Call to start your print and digital subscription. Get the Gondolier and go Indians!
Welcome into tonight's Venice Gondolier pregame show. I'm here once again with the head coach of your Indians, Coach Faulkner. Coach, how are we doing today?
Great.
So the Indians are fresh off a 1-0 walk-off win on Friday night. Let's talk about the week ahead of us now with 3 games in a row against Sarasota, a 3-game series. Monday and Wednesday are here, Tuesday's at Sarasota. Let's talk about the team-building activities you guys started with today.
Yeah, well, during spring break, we're normally on the road somewhere, and we do a lot of team building when we're on the road. But, with the COVID, we decided to stay here and do some team building. So today we went and ate at First Watch, and it was a great breakfast over there. They took care of us, and then we went and watched a movie at the VPAC, which was an awesome place to watch a movie. And we saw Hacksaw Ridge. What a great one for motivating these players.
So what about that film is a good motivational technique to use for your players?
Well, it was about a band of brothers joining together. It was about, someone sticking with their convictions. It was about other guys, picking someone else up. And, it's all the things that we need in a baseball team. And I think it's going to relate very well.
So let's go back to Friday night, a 1-0 walk-off win against Barron Collier. In the end, you guys had the bases loaded and a wild pitch, scored the game-winning run. Let's talk a little bit about that game.
Well, it wasn't a game of a lot of hitting once again. Went on the mound was outstanding against their guys. They didn't score, obviously, and we're just trying to make some things happen. Got bases loaded. and they threw a wild pitch, which is part of the pressure. When you got a lot of people on base, you get tight, and those kind of things happen. So we need to break free a little bit with our hitting, and I think you're going to see that. We're excited to play Sarasota. They are excited to play us. I'm sure it's our biggest rivalry. We've had some great games against them, so we're hoping to come out of this thing after 3 games in a row here. We're hoping to come out on top of this.
So Aiden Beachy starts again tonight. He's been effective all season long. Talk about him against the Sailors.
Yeah, Aiden Beachy is a guy that, he throws 3 pitches for strike.
The umpires have made their way here to Venice High School. Obviously, a traffic jam due to the accidents earlier today. So the pregame show is cut short, but it will be uploaded later on Facebook for you to be able to watch and listen. So again, tonight, your Indians starting off a 3-game series against the Sarasota Sailors. Tonight is at home here at Venice High School. Tomorrow is at 7 o'clock at Sarasota High, followed by the Wednesday night matchup here, the game 3 of the 3-game series at 7 o'clock here at Venice High School. The Indians wearing the all-black black tops with the white pants, the home uniform, and the Sailors came to town with the same uniform, black top and white pants. Obviously a little intimidation, trying to be intimidating there on the Sailors side. The Indians not falling for it, as this team is ready to go against these Sailors. These teams are very, very familiar with one another. They play on the same Florida Burn teams. They've played probably together since they were kids. And now these seniors on the Venice High team, on your Indians, now have a chance to not make a name for themselves, but for bragging rights against their Sarasota teams. And obviously, as we go towards the middle to late part of the season, both teams trying to get all cylinders firing at the same time. Your Indians, let's take a look at your Indians lineup tonight. Leading off is the center fielder number 12, Michael Robertson. Batting second is your left fielder number 9, Colin Blazek. Batting third is your first baseman number 16, Aiden Korn. Batting in the cleanup spot is your right fielder number 2, John Whitney. Batting fifth is the shortstop number 5, Merrick Houston. Batting sixth is the designated hitter number 21, Grant Noakes. He's batting for the pitcher. Batting seventh is number 11, the third baseman, Cole Shoemaker. Batting eighth is your second baseman, number 4, Connor O'Sullivan. And batting ninth for the Indians is the catcher, number 14, Stephen Deans. So the Indians, again, are coming off a 1-0 walk-off win against Barron Collier on Friday night, a game in which the Indians were able to muster just 3 hits, all singles. But the 7th inning, a hit-by-pitch single walk and then a wild pitch scored Connor O'Sullivan for the victory for your Indians. It is 7:07. We're getting ready here for the Indians' introduction. The defense running out onto the field. Let's take a look at your Indians' defense here from left to right. Blazek, Robertson, Whitney, Shoemaker, Houston. That's a graphic error there. O'Sullivan, Korn, Beachy, and Deans. We're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem. In just a second, actually, the team is about to run on the field. Thanks for joining us live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Again, thanks to all of our great sponsors, including the Venice Gondolier Sun, the sponsors of our pregame show. Great content provided by the Venice Gondolier Sun writers, including their sports editor, Vinny Portel. A great introduction by Indians public address announcer Ray Sinibaldi. So now we will take a quick break here for the national anthem.
Remove your caps. The United States Air Force Band in chorus sings for us our national anthem.
the Navy Band version of the national anthem. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with your first pitch presented by the Venice Gondolier Sun.
The Venice Gondolier celebrates our Indians and their long tradition of winning championships and national recognition. Athletics and academic excellence are hallmarks of the Venice Indians' winning culture. The Gondolier team enjoys a tradition of winning the Florida Press Association's top award for 8 consecutive years. Get the Gondolier and enjoy local news, sports, and our Pulitzer Prize award-winning commentary. Call to start your print and digital subscription. Get the Gondolier and go Indians!
The first inning of tonight's game is sponsored, as always, by our friends at Gemini Apparel.
The first inning of tonight's game is sponsored by Gemini Apparel and Accessories. Now in their 23rd year, Gemini Apparel and Accessories is a family-owned business that specializes in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. Visit them at 105 Diamond Boulevard in Nokomis or give them a call at 941-488-7447. Need more info? Visit them at GeminiApparel.com.
Let's take a look at the Sarasota lineup here to face Aiden Beachy. Leading off is the third baseman, number 3, Bradley Ramsden. Batting second is the center fielder, number 21, Kyle Manitz. Batting third is the catcher, number 19, Satchel Norman. In the cleanup spot for the Sailors is the left fielder, number 11, Danny Torrealba. Batting fifth is number 1, Connor Whitaker. Batting sixth is the first baseman, number 6, Carter Hilton. Batting seventh is the second baseman, number 17, Mario Travella. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, number 18, Chris Soder. And batting ninth is the right fielder, number 9, Garrett Browning. On the mound for the Sailors is Jackson Crump. Gave a little pregame scouting report earlier in tonight's pregame. Sits in about the 82 to 84 range. Can touch 85, fastball, changeup, curveball kind of guy. So the Indians facing a tough opponent tonight. But Aiden Beachy is on the mound for your Indians, who has pretty much shut down all his opponents, as is the rest of the Indian starters and bullpen throughout this season. So away we go here with the first pitch ready from Aiden Beachy. Ramsden will step in, righty on righty, to start off the game. As the first offering from Beachy is fly down the right field line and foul for strike one. First pitch tonight, 7-12. Had to wait a few minutes for the umpires to show up. Unfortunately, the horrific accidents on 75, I think there were 3 of them by the end of the day, kept traffic at a standstill for most of the day. The 0-1 from Beachy. Good pitch just off the corner. Count will go to 1-1. So just off the plate for Beachy. As that one looked pretty good. Deans did a good job trying to frame it, but the umpire said no. So the 1-1 on its way from Beachy is fouled into the Indians' dugout, and Beachy's got him 1-2 to start tonight's contest. And thanks to Gemini Apparel, the first inning sponsor for your Indians, a great partner for all of Venice. Made me these great polos. Just really good family. The Raffanellos, appreciate them so much. The 1-2 from Beachy is flied into right field. Whitney gives chase. It drops down just in front of him for a base hit. So a leadoff single there by Bradley Ramsden immediately puts Beachy in from the stretch, and that'll bring up the center fielder, number 21, Kyle Manitz.
Center fielder number 21, Kyle Manitz.
So good pitch by Beachy, but Ramsden deposits it into right. Ramsden will take the lead off first. Beachy comes from the stretch. He'll fire on the outside corner for strike one. As the 0-1 is checked, will appeal down to first base. It says he did not go, and the count will even at 1-1. Good crowd here tonight for both sides. Actually, it's not a very far trip for the Sailors. You're going to see good attendance on tomorrow night at Sarasota, and then back here Wednesday for the third game of the 3-game series against the Sailors, as Beachy will check over on Ramsden. Can you see that? Obviously in college and in the pros, but you don't see a lot of those series in high school. So these teams will get very familiar with her as if they're not familiar enough with each other. They play for the burn. A lot of the guys are very familiar with each other as the 1-1 is swung on and missed. Good pitch by Beachy. And he's got Manitz down 1-2. Thanks to those watching on our social media pages. Let me know where you're watching from. Love to shout out the family members watching around the country. The 1-2, strike three call. Good pitch by Beachy. And he gets Manitz looking for out number 1. That'll bring up the catcher, number 19, Satchel Norman. Great pitch by the Indians righty. So Ramsden with the lead off first. He's held by Korn. Beachy will come to the set. First pitch fastball outside for ball 1. Bailey Faulkner watching in Franklin, Tennessee. And Joseph Lemos watching in Fairview, Tennessee. How far apart are those from one another? And again, Ryan Call, always a great viewer of the Venice High baseball broadcast, watching for Virginia. The 1-0 is a good pitch there by Beachy. Count will go to 1-1. Ray said hi, Bailey. And Stephen Ham watching from Maine. It's 15 degrees. Sorry, sir, that's a choice at that point. You can come down here anytime you want. As the 1-1 from Beachy is in the dirt, count will go to 2-1. Bailey said, "Hey, Ray," and 3 exclamation points. So she was very happy to say hi to you, sir. And it's not to make you feel bad, Stephen, but temperature at game time here was 77 degrees. And Stephen will be here next week as Beachy will check over on the runner at first. So the 2-1 count here to the Sailors catcher. I hope you can join us here live at a game next week, Stephen. It's a great place to watch a game here at Venice High School. The long look in, Beachy will check over again. Jeff Fulcher watching. It's 81 in Lakeland.
Well, if you say that, he could run a...
Thanks, Jeff. And you're good, buddy. Not sure who that is, but thanks. I appreciate it. Florida Burn, the Florida Burn Twitter account. So Beachy now with a 2-1 count here to the Sailors catcher. Deans will set up outside. Beachy will go there. Wide of the plate, and count goes to 3-1. Joy and Mike watching from Venice. Thanks, Joy and Mike, again for watching the Venice High baseball broadcast. You can watch it on your smart TV. If you subscribe to the Venice High baseball YouTube account, you can go right in and click YouTube on your Roku or PlayStation, Xbox, whatever have you. You can watch it right on your TV. The 3-1 from Beachy is low and away. Runner will take off. It's a walk. So Norman is on with a 5-pitch walk. Ramsden will move up to second. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 11, Danny Torrealba.
Batting fourth for the Sailors, the left fielder, number 11.
You don't have to crowd around the phone. You can watch it on your 65-inch TV if you got one out there. You can just subscribe to the Venice High Baseball YouTube page, youtube.com/Venice High Baseball. As the runners will take their leads, Beachy fires low and inside for ball 1. Just missed with that pitch. And top 1 here, the first of a 3-game series against the Sarasota Sailors for your Indians this week. Have a couple of days off towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, obviously, and then they go back to school next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-0, good pitch there by Beachy. Countable even at 1-1. So Indians will get a nice little break here after the 3-game series, as they'll need it, as this is tough competition for 3 nights in a row. So the runners are off. The 1-1 is, again, a beautiful pitch there by Beachy. The count goes to 1-2.
I don't think you said you could get a waste pitch right here, probably.
One out here, top of the first.
But I wouldn't throw it with all these guys on there. I'd throw that breaking ball again and again.
As Beachy will come to the set and call timeout here at the plate. I don't know if you could hear it in the headset, but public address announcer Ray Sinibaldi just said that the Indians have the toughest strength of schedule in the state. Obviously, Coach Faulkner always trying to play tough competition. The 1-2 is chopped over to Houston at short. He'll fire over to second for one, go to first for two, and there it is, 6-4-3. A 6-4-3 double play. Houston to O'Sullivan over to Korn, and that'll do it here in the top of the first for the Sailors. Your Indians are coming up. It's their first chance on offense. Let's get something going tonight. The first inning is sponsored by Gemini Apparel.
The first inning of tonight's game is sponsored by Gemini Apparel and Accessories. Now in their 23rd year, Gemini Apparel and Accessories is a family-owned business that specializes in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. Visit them at 105 Diamond Boulevard in Nokomis or give them a call at 941-488-7447. Need more info? Visit them at GeminiApparel.com.
A tough turn there for O'Sullivan, but he was able to fire it over to Korn to turn the 6-4-3 double play to end that first inning. Beachy got himself into a little bit of a jam, but his defense bails him out. The defense has been spectacular all year. But now let's get the offense going here in the bottom of the first. It'll be Robertson, Blazek, and Korn, the first three hitters up for your Indians against the Sailors righty, Jackson Crump. Thanks for watching us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can subscribe to the Venice Indian YouTube page, youtube.com/Venice High Baseball. The broadcast will be pulled the morning after the game, but after the season, I'll be able to make them all live for you to be able to watch until next baseball season. So forget football. We'll just rewatch all the baseball games played throughout the 2021 season. As left to right for the Sailors, in left field's Danny Torrealba, in center field's Kyle Manitz, in right field's Garrett Browning, at third base Bradley Ramsden, at shortstop Connor Whitaker, at second base Mario Travella, at first base Carter Hilton, catching is Satchel Norman, and on the mound for the Sailors is Jackson Crump. So Robertson back in the leadoff spot. Coach Faulkner juggling the lineups around, trying to get his offense going. Against the Cougars, it was Colin Blazek leading off, followed by Robertson and Korn. So he just flip-flopped Robertson and Blazek in the 1-2 spot to get his senior going. To score some runs early, got to get that speed on. Jim Moritz, yes, it is an absolutely great night for a game. And Gemini Apparel, thank you, Kathy. We love Gemini Apparel. They're great. So Robertson will come up to the plate. Robertson against Barron Collier was 1 for 3. Flew out to left, struck out swinging, and had a single in the 6th inning, but was stranded on second base. Lots of scouts here watching Robertson tonight. And a few of the Sailors as the first pitch from Crump is low and inside for ball 1. Some scouts here watching Crump as they have the radar guns out. The 1-0 to Robertson is grounded into the Sailors dugout for strike 1. Let's go. Jackson, I'm watching from Virginia. Jackson, one of the team managers, thanks for watching tonight. I hope you enjoy your spring break vacation. The 1-1 to Robertson is grounded over to short, over his glove, and Robertson leads off with a base hit. So took a bad hop there to the shortstop Whitaker, and that'll bring up Colin Blazek, the left fielder.
Second for the Indians, the left fielder, number 9, Colin Blazek.
Blazek on Friday night, 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and was stranded on second in the 3rd against the Cougars. I believe that's the first hit to lead off a game by Robertson this season. So glad to see Mikey get something going early. The first pitch to Blazek is on the inside corner for strike one. Coach Faulkner and hitting coach Jose Velez ready for his offense to break out. Crump will check on over at Robertson at first, and he slides back in safely. It is a quick move. Not much wasted movement there by Crump. As Robertson will take off. Swing and a miss by Blazek. Robertson's in safely. The catcher couldn't find it. And Robertson's at second with a stolen base. So it looked like it could have been a hit and run, but Robertson's speed was able to get him there safely. Blazek's down now 0-2. This is not a good pitch to hit for Blazek.
So Uber Eats, is that it? No, Frankie's coming up. So you have to go one. Oh, cool. Okay.
So Robertson with a good lead off second. Blazek grounds it into the Indians' dugout. Reset count stays at 0-2. So we've got Maine, Tennessee, Lakeland, Florida, Venice, Virginia watching tonight. If you're in the broadcast, no matter where you are, let me know where you're from. Love getting the community involved, the Venice High baseball community involved in each broadcast. As Blazek with the 0-2 line into center field, and it'll drop in front of the center fielder. Robertson will get to third. So Blazek now 2 hits in a row for the Indians. And they're in business with runners on the corners. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 16, Aiden Korn.
Third for the Indians, first baseman, number 16, Aiden.
So a line drive fell right in front of Manitz. The Indians managed just 3 hits on Friday night and already have 2. This offense looks primed to break out against these Sailors. Korn up in a huge spot. Got to jump on Sarasota early here at Venice High. Get the pitcher going from the stretch early. The first pitch to Korn is over for a strike. An off-speed pitch there by Crump. As he knows what Korn eats. Korn eats fastballs. Christine Bataille watching from Osprey, or Osprey, or whatever you have it. Always appreciate you. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Blazek will take off, and he's safe at second. So now runners in scoring position at second and third. Blazek at second, Robertson at third. And the count is now 1-1 to the Indians' first baseman. It is time to eat as the Indians have had this is their best offensive chance to start a game pretty much all season. So the Korn with a 1-1 count here. Crump will come from the stretch. He's got the pitch he wants. Catcher sets up outside and low, and the ball gets away from the catcher. Robertson scampers home for the first run. Robertson scores. A wild pitch there by Crump, and your Indians now with a 1-0 lead. So Blazek will get to third. Robertson scores. And Korn with a chance here to bring in Blazek.
I'm just trying to interpret these rules here of scoring.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed, and Korn was looking for the intercoastal there on that pitch. Count goes even at 2-2. Just a base hit here for Korn. Scores Blazek easily. As the 2-2 line down the left field line, but foul. And we'll reset. Just ahead of Crump. That was hit hard, just in the wrong direction. The 2-2 is lined over the shortstop's head, and Blazek will score. That'll make it 2-0 Indians. 3 singles in a row. And that'll bring up John Whitney, the Indians right fielder, with no outs in the bottom of the first. Your Indians now with a 2-0 lead. So Whitney nursing a hand injury, but is in the starting lineup tonight. Got to expect the bunt here as the first pitch is high and inside for ball 1. Score is updating now. Here we go. There we go. Indians 2-0. Bottom of the first here from Venice High School. Josh Grant bringing the action for the first of 3 against the Sailors. The 1-0 low and away, and Whitney's now got him 2-0. Crump feeling it now. So the Indians have 1, 2, 3 singles to start off the first inning, and 2 runs on the board. So Crump will check on over at Corn at first. So let's see if Whitney can get a good pitch to bunt. That one will stay away, and Whitney's now ahead 3-0. So this next one's going to be a fastball right down the middle of the plate. We'll see what Whitney will do. The 3-0 on the inside corner for strike 1. Pam Zimmerman cheering on Cole Shoemaker and the Indians, watching from Toledo, Ohio. Thanks, Pam. Always appreciate you watching. The 3-1 to Whitney. The bunt is back on it. Bunted down the third baseline. Can he get there? And he almost beats it out, but he gets Corn up to second. So Whitney does his job. Sacrifice. That's a bunt. 5-3. The put out goes. So 1 out now here in the bottom of the first. Well executed bunt by Whitney. Bring up the shortstop number 5, Merrick Houston. And talking to hitting coach Jose Velez, this is the guy you want to watch, as he's made great strides throughout the season. So Houston up in a big spot. Corn off second. First pitch gets away from the catcher again, and Corn will move up to third. So Norman having trouble with the low pitch from Crump, as that's the second one that's gone through his legs. And now Corn's at third. So fly ball in the outfield could score Corn. The 1-0, it hits him. Does it hit him? It looks like it got Houston. The umpire says no. Count goes to 2-0. Crump tried to go inside. Thanks, Maureen Coble, watching from Northport. The 2-0 is grounded back to the pitcher, but hit off Houston before it went to the pitcher, so the count goes to 2-1. And Norman's going out to talk to his pitcher, who's obviously rattled from the hot start by the Indians. And this is what happens when you show up in home uniforms to Venice High School. So 2-1 count here, 1 away in the bottom of the first. Corn with a leadoff third. Crump with the slider on the outside corner. It's lined down the first baseline, but foul. Count goes to 2-2. The Indians dugout getting on Crump. The 2-2 is grounded over to third baseman, and it's fair. Corn will come around and score. Houston's on his way to second, and he's in there with a double. So a misplayed ball there at third base by Ramsden, just tucked on the inside of the bag, and your Indians now with a 3-0 lead. My goodness.
For the Indians, designated hitter number 21, Grant.
They're just putting it where the Sailors aren't at this point, as the only ball that's really been hit hard was Blazing's up the middle. But hey, we'll take whatever we can get here. That'll bring up the righty Noakes, a big swing and a miss for strike one to the Indians DH. So it is now 3-0. Your Indians with the lead. And looking for more. As Noakes will sky it out to right field, not deep enough for Houston to tag. He'll put it away in right for out number 2. That was Garrett Browning with the catch. And that'll bring up the third baseman, number 11, Cole Shoemaker, who started the rally on Friday night against Barron Collier. He was hit by a pitch and was the winning run for your Indians in the 1-0 walk-off win against the Cougars.
I'm on, whatever you call it. Not daylight savings. Standard. Thank you. Yeah, you're just the standard.
As Houston will lead. Good speed off there. Thirst takes a big lead. Shoemaker check swings. And the umpire says he doesn't go. So we'll take that one. Count goes to 1-0. It looked like Shoe went around, but we'll take it. The Indians with 4 hits in the inning. And Shoemaker with a chance to add one more. 1-0 is low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. 23 pitches now for Crump in the inning. Houston with the lead. Shoemaker grounds it down the third baseline, but foul. Count goes to 2-1.
Count warm-ups too, right?
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Indians with 3 runs here in the bottom of the first. And to go back and look at the last time the Indians have scored 3 runs. And that was against Tampa Jesuit in the 3-2 win on that Friday night. The 2-1 low and away, and Shoemaker draws the 3-1 count. Crump still laboring out there. He's got to come in now to the Indians' third baseman. Houston with the lead. Crump with the fastball fouled back into the fence. The count will go to 3-2.
It would be nice if one of you guys was a mathematician. Well, you know what I'm gonna have to do? We're trying to get a software developer. You would need one. Yeah, we would.
Houston with a big lead. He'll be taking off on the pitch. The 3-2. Again, foul back into the backstop. We'll reset. Good AB here by Shoemaker.
Like to see them go deep into the pitching tonight in the first game. That wouldn't make me say.
The 3-2 on its way from Crump. And it's low, and Shoemaker draws the walk. So the inning will continue here for Crump. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Connor O'Sullivan.
Batting eighth for the Indians, second baseman, number 4, Connor.
So as you may have just heard here in the press box, watching these Indians take good at bats, it'd be nice to get deep into that Sarasota bullpen in the first of 3 this week. So Houston off second, O'Sullivan now on first. Shoemaker off first, the lefty O'Sullivan in the box. And he'll flip over to second. Houston slides back in safely. Nobody was covering the base. Houston didn't see it. As Crump just bombed it where nobody was at into the outfield. Unfortunately, Houston didn't see it. Crump's been going from the stretch for the majority of the inning. First pitch to O'Sullivan is fouled back into the backstop for strike 1. So Sarasota looking rattled. Showed up to VHS in the home uniforms, and the Indians are the ones doing the intimidating now. Is 3 runs here in the first and threatening for more. As the 0-1 to O'Sullivan is right on the outside corner. Good pitch by Crump. O'Sullivan's now down 0-2. O'Sullivan in need of a base hit here. The 0-2. O'Sullivan's down looking. And that'll end the inning for your Indians here. 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. Your Indians go now into the second inning with a 3-0 lead. The second inning is sponsored by Joe Komorowski, Allstate Insurance.
You've gathered a few different homeowners insurance quotes, but how do you choose the one that's right for you? Don't panic, you've got this. Start by looking at the types of coverage included in each policy. For instance, most policies include dwelling, personal property, and liability coverage, but you may find other protections are included in your quote. To make an apples-to-apples comparison, you'll want to make sure each quote includes all the coverages you need. Next, check out each policy's deductible. A deductible is the amount you'll need to pay out of pocket before your insurance will help pay for a covered loss. A higher deductible may make a policy less expensive to purchase, but you'll typically find you'll need to pay more out of pocket in the event of a claim. Make sure each of the policies you're considering has the same deductible and that it's one you're comfortable with. Lastly, we all have our limits, and so do the coverages in homeowners insurance policies. A limit is the maximum amount a policy will pay for a covered loss. The limits you choose may affect the cost of your policy. Take a look at how much coverage each policy provides and make sure the limits are right for you. By comparing insurance quotes side by side, you'll get a better idea of whether each policy provides the protection you need so that you can choose the policy that works best for you.
Top of the second here from Venice High School. Your Indians with 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. 3 straight singles followed by a sacrifice bunt and a double. Your Indians are in business to start this Game 1 of a 3-game series against the Sarasota Sailors. Josh Grant bringing you the action live from Venice High School. Glad to be here with you. The second inning is brought to you by Joe Komorowski, Allstate Insurance. Call Joe K at 941-493-1182. You're in good hands with Joe K. The first pitch from Beachy to the shortstop Connor Whitaker is a ball low for ball 1. It's Whitaker, Hilton, and Travella up 1-2-3 for the Sailors. The 1-0 good pitch by Beachy right on the outside corner for strike 1. The 1-1 on the way to Whitaker is grounded back to Beachy, but it's foul. It hits off his foot. Count goes to 1-2. Want to see some action here in the chat box cheering on your Indians. Now we've added Osprey, another Virginia, Northport, Toledo, Ohio. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Venice High Baseball. The 1-2 from Beachy is grounded foul down the third baseline. We'll reset. Count stays 1-2. The 1-2 on its way from Beachy is lined to Whitney in right field. Takes a couple of steps in for out number 1. So it's an F9, and that'll bring up the first baseman, number 6, Carter Hilton.
Now batting the first baseman, number 6, Carter Hilton.
So let's take a look at we've talked about it a bunch of times tonight. And tonight at Venice High, tomorrow at Sarasota, Wednesday back here at Venice, and the Indians are off for 9 days. We'll take on Lakewood Ranch next Friday, the 26th. The first pitch to Hilton is fly just back over the press box for strike 1. The 0-1 away. Count pulls even at 1-1.
He hasn't been real sharp. No, he hasn't. So that's when you see the.
One away here in the second. A curveball high and inside, but it'll stay on the inside corner for strike 2. Beachy will fire. The 1-2 is flied into center field. Robertson will give chase, but it'll drop. So a little duck snort there for Hilton. He's on with a single. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 17, Mario Trivella.
Seventh hitter for the Sailors is the second baseman, number 17, Mario Trivella.
So Trivella batting from the left side of the plate with a runner on first base. Hilton looks like he has good speed. Maybe expect the bunt here from Trivella. The first pitch from Beachy is a absolutely filthy changeup. Trivella swings and misses for strike 1. There's that changeup we've been talking about all season from Beachy. Hilton with a good lead off first. Corner hold him at the bag. The 0-1. Another great pitch there by Beachy. He's down 0-2. So 2 straight changeups by the Indian senior. And Trivella not really sure what to do with that Beachy pitch. I go back to that well once again here. As Beachy will come to the set. And there it is, that changeup again. He'll ground it over to O'Sullivan, who'll flip to corn at first, get the sure out for out number 2. So Hilton moves over to second. No play at second for O'Sullivan. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 18, Chris Soder. So Hilton with the lead off second. The righty Soder will dig in against Beachy. There's 3 straight changeups there. And there comes the slider for Beachy over for strike 1. Thanks to everybody watching on our social media pages. We'll be back here Wednesday night. I hope to have the Sarasota stream tomorrow night for you to watch on our Facebook page. The 0-1 is grounded foul wide of third base, and Beachy's ahead in the count here, 0-2. The 0-2 on its way from Beachy. Low and away. Went back to that changeup, and the count goes to 1-2. So that Sarasota side, with all the talking they do, is awfully quiet right now. The Indians with a 3-0 lead here. The 1-2 from Beachy. Change up away, and count pulls even at 2-2. So while he has not been as effective as he's been in his other starts this season, he's still around the plate. His deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for the Indians senior. The 2-2 is grounded over the left side, and we'll reset here. Count will stay at 2-2. Hilton with the lead off second. Beachy looking for another change up here. It's a slider on the outside, just off the outside corner, just missed. Count will go full at 3-2. Deans did a good job trying to frame it, but he could not get it back in time. Beachy will look in for the sign. Deans will give it to him. He's got what he wants. He'll come to the set and he'll fire back over to second to take a look at Hilton. Hilton slides back in safely. Let us know how we're doing. Email at Venice High Baseball or Venice VHS Baseball Broadcast at gmail.com. It's tough when you don't know your own email address. VHS Baseball Broadcast at gmail.com. The 3-2 low and away, and Soder draws the walk. So that'll put runners on first and second now for the right fielder, number 9, Garrett Browning. Let's put a comment in the chat box. Let us know how we're doing, what we can improve on, or email me at vhsbaseballbroadcast at gmail.com. Two away here in the top half of the second. Beachy, the first pitch to Browning is over for a strike. Slider there by the Indians righty. Starting off the last 2 hitters with that slider. So good speed at second with Hilton. And we'll reset. Corn headed over to first. Looked like Beachy was could have gotten Soder leaning. But he'll just attack the hitter. The 0-1 from Beachy, way outside. Count pulls even at 1-1. "21 pitches in the inning for Beachy. He's almost at 40 pitches through 2 innings. The 1-1 pitch fastball. Good spot there for Beachy. Count goes to 1-2. Right on the outside corner. So force out at any base will end the inning for your Indians. Let's just punch him out and get it over with here for Beachy. Runners will take their leads. The 1-2 is grounded back to Beachy. He'll tip off his glove. Houston will chase after it. And he's on with a base hit. So the bases are loaded. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, the third baseman, number 3, Bradley Ramsden, who led off the game with a single to right. And that'll get a visit from Indians pitching coach Tyler Shambora. And we'll take a quick break here on the Venice High Baseball Network. Again, your second inning is sponsored by Joe Komorowski, Allstate Insurance.
The second inning is sponsored by Joe Komorowski, Allstate Insurance. Go see Joe K for your auto, home, boating, and all your insurance needs. He'll find you the best rate, best coverage, and provides great customer service. Check him out on Google by typing in Joe Komaroski, Komaroski, Allstate, and that'll take you straight to his website. Or give him a call at 941-493-1182, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're in good hands with Joe Komaroski.
Beachy's here in a tough spot in the top of the second. Hilton's on third. Soder's on second. Browning just had an infield single, and the bases are loaded for the Sailors. Ramsden is up, led off the game with a single. So Beachy in his toughest spot of the season thus far. 2 outs here in the top half of the second. The first pitch to Ramsden is grounded into the Indians' dugout for strike one. Pete Van Freyen from Columbus, Ohio. Thanks, Pete, for checking in with us on the Venice High Baseball broadcast. Appreciate all of our viewers from all around this great country. As Beachy comes to the set, the 0-1 swung on and missed by Ramsden, and Beachy's got him now down 0-2. Good fastball by Beachy. So let's see what he comes up with now. Watch that changeup. The runners will take their leads off first, second, and third. The 0-2 off the outside corner. What a pitch by Beachy, just missed. Count goes to 1-2. Woof, what a close pitch by Beachy. A perfect spot. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Beachy will come to set. The 2-2 is flied out to left field. Blasik will give chase, and he's got it. So a deep fly ball there puts fear into the Indians' hearts, but Blasik will bring it in. And Beachy will strand all 3 runners. Great job there by Beachy to get out of it. And we'll go to the bottom half of the second now. Your Indians looking to add to that 3-0 lead. The second inning sponsored to you by Joe Komaroski, Allstate Insurance.
The second inning is sponsored by Joe Komaroski, Allstate Insurance. Go see Joe K for your auto, home, boating, and all your insurance needs. He'll find you the best rate, best coverage, and provides great customer service. Check him out on Google by typing in Joe Komaroski, Komaroski, Allstate, and that'll take you straight to his website. Or give him a call at 941-493-1182, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're in good hands with Joe Komaroski.
9-1-2 up here to lead off the bottom of the second for your Indians. Deans, Robertson, and Blasik. Josh Grant bringing you the action live on the Venice Indians Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/Venice High Baseball. Again, each live broadcast will be pulled the morning after the game, but at the end of the season, all the previous broadcasts will be made live for you and your family to watch all offseason. Go Indians, absolutely Joy. Indians out to a 3-0 lead. Thanks again to Joy for listening on the Venice High Baseball broadcast. If you're crowded or on your phone right now and you have a smart TV, Roku, whatever have you, you can pull up the game on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Venice High Baseball, or just search in the YouTube app Venice High Baseball. It'll bring you right to our page where you can watch it from the comfort of your couch, eating dinner, enjoying a glass of milk or a cookie, whatever have you. You can kick your feet up and watch it on your 65-inch TV. A great camera view here from the home plate cam, where we've got some things in the works for next year that could make this view even better. So Deans will come up to the plate for his first at-bat of the night. 0-3-0 for the Sailors, 3-4-0 for your Indians. The first pitch from Crump is low and outside, but the umpire will call it strike one. That one looked a little low, but that's why I'm up here. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Count will leave it at 1-1. The 1-1 is taken on the outside corner for strike two. Crump with 32 pitches in the first inning, 35 now overall. Bill Schneelock watching from Atlanta. The 1-2 is fouled into the catcher's mitt, but he drops it. Count stays 1-2. Thanks, Bill, watching from Atlanta. Bill, one of the great viewers of the Venice High Baseball broadcast. Check in from wherever you're watching if you haven't done so already. The 1-2's grounded over third baseman. He's got a range to his left. If high, fires it high. First baseman comes down with it, and Deans is out. Putout goes 5-3. Almost gets away from Hilton. He's able to bring it down before Deans can get to first base. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 12, Michael Robertson. Led off the game with a single to left and then later scored. Brian Bramer from Farmington, Maine. Thanks, Brian. Heard it was 15 degrees about an hour ago, so it's got to be even colder than that now, as the temperature drops quickly in the great Northeast. The first pitch to Robertson's low and away for ball one. Crump with the 1-0. Good pitch there, but low. Count pulls even at 1-1. Indians here with a 3-0 lead. Robertson with the 1-1 is flied into center field. He'll range back to his right, couple steps, and Manitz has it for out number 2. So they put a good swing on it. No wind. There's a little bit of wind that ball would have carried. And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 9, Colin Blasek. Blasek with a single in the first, the second of 3 in a row for your Indians, and later scored. As the first pitch to Blasek is chopped back to the mound, and Crump will get the inning he was looking for. Blasek hustles down the first baseline. Crump just hesitated, but he finally gets it to his first baseman for out number 3. The Indians go down 1-2-3 here in the third. We go to the top of the third with the Indians with a 3-0 lead. The third inning is sponsored by Dr. Kevin Shapley, DMD.
The third inning is sponsored by Dr. Kevin Shapley, DMD. Dr. Shapley and his team provides quality dental care in a family-friendly, compassionate, and warm environment. His welcoming staff takes the time to speak with you and your family about your oral health and what treatment options are available and what would best fit your needs and lifestyle. Book your appointment today by calling Dr. Shapley at 941-426-0615 or visit him online at www.shapleydmd.com.
The Indians with a 3-0 lead. We go to the top of the third. Sorry, that last commercial was a bit loud. But thanks to Dr. Shapley. Make an appointment at shapleydmd.com. The Atlanta Braves and Tampa Bay Rays trust him with your teeth. Why can't you? Go see Dr. Kevin Shapley. You can book your appointment also by calling him at 941-426-0615. Man has great teeth. He can make yours look just as good. So coming up for the Sailors in the top of the third will be their 2-3-4 hitters, Kyle Manitz, Satchel Norman, and Danny Torrealba. Manitz was the first strikeout victim of Beachy, the second hitter of the game in the first inning. So Beachy not as sharp as he's been, but has been very effective. Was able to get out of that last inning, had bases loaded. Was able to induce the fly ball out to left. It was deep, but it'll work. Joyce Lasky watching. Go Indians. Thanks, Joyce. Appreciate you watching the Venice High Baseball broadcast. Beachy out for his third inning of work. And second time seeing the Sailors center fielder. The first pitch from Beachy is swung on and missed. Beautiful changeup there by Aiden. Count goes to 0-1. Joyce is watching. Thanks, Joyce. Watching on her phone. Appreciate you watching no matter what you're watching on. The 0-1 by Beachy is lined into left field just past Shoemaker at third. So Manitz is on with his first hit of the night and fourth hit of the night for the Sailors. And Beachy will have to come from the stretch early once again. That'll bring up the catcher, Satchel Norman, who walked back in the first. Joyce, it's okay you're watching on your phone. That's great. I don't care what you watch on. We appreciate you watching. And all those watching the Venice High baseball broadcast out there tonight. The first pitch is a pitch out to Norman, as Sarasota now has good speed on the bases in Manitz. The count goes to 1-0. The 1-0 just on the outside corner, a bit high, but it comes across for strike one. Count pulls even at 1-1. Manitz with a good lead off first. Beachy the 1-1, a changeup, a beautiful pitch, just missed. Count will go to 2-1. Not really sure where that one missed. That actually might have been a better pitch than the first one, but can't win them all. The 2-1 to Norman. Grounded over to Shoemaker at third. It'll eat him up and get into left field. A tough hop there by Shoemaker. And that puts two Sailors on here to start the top half of the third. I'll bring up the left fielder, number 11, Danny Torrealba, who grounded into an inning ending 6-4-3 back in the first. And that is an E5. It's ruled an E5 there for Shoemaker. So he had a force at any base. Now, with Torrealba at the plate. My beautiful wife and girls are watching. I hope they're excited, or hope they're not bored. But 7- and 6-year-olds, it's tough to get them into watching baseball. But I appreciate you and the girls watching from home. The first pitch to Torrealba is outside for ball one. Beachy's got to dig down and find something here. The 1-0 is grounded over to Houston at short. He'll flip to O'Sullivan at second. He'll turn to Korn, and there's the 6-4-3 double play once again. So 2 in a row for Torrealba. And that'll move Manitz over to third, but will gladly take the 2 outs. A nice turn again by O'Sullivan, as Torrealba was hustling down the line, not wanting to ground into another 6-4-3 double play. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Connor Whitaker. So Manitz is off third. Beachy needs to strand him here. The first pitch from Beachy is right on the outside corner. Good pitch for strike one. I love you too, girls. This is my second baseball game today, and it'll be my second of 3 in the next 24 hours. Tough to get away from the wife and kids, but they understand it's baseball season. The 0-1 is inside for ball one. So Beachy will quick come to the set. Manitz's lead takes the lead off third. The 1-1 is fouled down the first baseline off of Whitaker's foot. And Beachy's got him down now, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Sailor shortstop. Just photobombed the seniors' picture, so that's my highlight of the night. Sending pictures of their friends on Snapchat. Beachy will take a look over at third. Love photobombing kids. Just keep doing it. She keeps taking pictures. Keep sending them to her friends on Snapchat. I'll just keep waving all night. It's one of the many highlights as a teacher here at Venice High. Shoemaker will come to the set. Manitz takes the lead off third. The 1-2 swung on and missed. For strike three. Big strikeout there by Beachy as he gets the Sailors shortstop down, and that'll end the inning with no runs across the board for Sarasota. We go to the bottom half of the third, live from Venice High School. Your Indians coming up. It's 3-4-5, Corn, Whitney, and Houston ready to add to that 3-0 lead. You're listening to tonight's baseball broadcast live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Subscribe to us at youtube.com/Venice High Baseball.
The third inning is sponsored by Dr. Kevin Shapley, DMD. Dr. Shapley and his team provides quality dental care in a family-friendly, compassionate, and warm environment. His welcoming staff takes the time to speak with you and your family about your oral health and what treatment options are available and what would best fit your needs and lifestyle. Book your appointment today by calling Dr. Shapley at 941-426-0615 or visit him online at www.shapleydmd.com.
Back here live from Venice High School, it's Corn, Whitney, and Houston ready to do some damage in the bottom half of the third with your Indians up 3-0. Thanks for joining us on the Venice High Baseball broadcast. Josh Grant bringing you the action in the first of 3 in a row against the Sarasota Sailors. So the senior Corn will lead off the top of the third with he had a single back in the first of 3 in a row, and later scored. The first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Thanks to all those for watching out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you haven't joined us in the chat, let me know where you're watching from. Had all over the country tonight: Maine, Virginia, Ohio, Venice. The 1-0 is low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. Crump working quickly. The 2-0 is a fastball right on the outside corner for strike 1. So after the long first inning for Crump, he was the epitome of efficiency in the second. The 2-1 is grounded behind Corn. The count will pull even at 2-2. So Crump threw 32 pitches in the first and just 9 in the second. So he struggled mightily. The Indians rallied for 3 runs in the first inning, but has settled down since. The 2-2 low and away to Corn. And the count goes full at 3-2. The 3-2 to Corn is grounded over to the second baseman. Well, Rainster is right and fire over to the first baseman, Hilton, for out number 1. Easy play there. That'll bring up Whitney, who had a sacrifice bunt back in the first. Put out went 5-3, but most importantly, brought the runner over to third. Robertson, who later scored. So Whitney, as alluded to earlier, nursing a slight hand injury, but he's tough and he's in the lineup tonight. The first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. The schedule Monday and Wednesday here at Venice High, Tuesday at Sarasota. The Indians then have 9 days off before taking on the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs next Friday, March 26th here at Venice High School. The 1-0 is low and inside, almost hits Whitney on the foot. Count goes to 2-0. The 2-0 working inside exclusively, Crump is, and the count goes to 3-0. He's trying to stay inside, not put anything over the plate for the Indians' cleanup hitter. The 3-0, same spot, same result, and that's ball 4. So Crump stayed inside to Whitney on all 4 pitches, and he'll draw the walk. And that'll bring up Houston, who doubled to left, bringing in both Blazek and Korn back in the first.
The shortstop, number 5, Merrick Houston.
Love Lewiston, Maine. I've had some family up there. It's been a long time since I've been there. Actually, I have a lot of family in Maine. Thanks, Jeff, for watching. Go Indians. It's in the 70s here, Jeff. Just figured I'd let you know. The first pitch to Blazek is low, but called for strike 1. Good speed on the bases in Whitney at first. 1 away in the bottom half of the 3rd. Your Indians with a 3-0 lead. And Crump will check over on Whitney at first. Got to have some pressure on him with the speedy Whitney. So the pitch is off, the runner's off. Whitney slides in, and he's safe. A stolen base there by John Whitney. The pitch was a ball low. That'll put a runner in scoring position for Houston. Come on, Merrick, let's get him across the plate. 3 runs. It may not do it here for the Indians tonight. Got to cash in on every attempt. The 1-1 is flied off the right side, but foul for strike 2. So base hit gets Whitney to 3rd. May score him depending on where it's at. Whitney with great speed leads off 2nd. Crump, who's been was in the stretch most of the 1st and now again in the 3rd as it's lined up the middle. Whitney's around 3rd. The throw will come in. Whitney slides. He's safe. Merrick Houston with the RBI single. And your Indians now with a 4-0 lead. So Houston now 2 for 2 on the night. As hitting coach Jose Velez said that he's made a lot of great strides over the last couple of weeks, and we may now see Houston break out. As the Indians now with a 4-0 lead, and that'll bring up the DH, Grant Noakes, who flew out to right in the 1st. Keep on getting those guys across. The first pitch from Crump is over for a strike. Noakes briefly moved to bunt, but he did not pull it back in time. Keep on putting pressure on him. The 0-1, good pitch there by Crump, and he's got Noakes down 0-2. The 0-2 to Noakes, swung on and missed, and Noakes down on 3 pitches for out number 2. That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, number 11, Cole Shoemaker.
The 3rd baseman, number 11, Cole Shoemaker.
So you're trying to upload this score here. There we go. And Crump will check over at Whitney at first. Excuse me, Houston at first. 0-4-0 for the Sailors. 4-5-1 for your Indians. The first pitch is on its way to Shoemaker. He'll chop it down the 3rd baseline. It'll stop. The catcher makes a great play and fires over first as that ball was spinning and just came to a dead stop. Good throw there by Norman to get the speedy Shoemaker out. Put out goes 2-3. Your Indians put 1 on the board here in the 3rd. We go to the 4th. The 4th inning is sponsored by Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt.
The 4th inning is sponsored by Peach Wave West Village's Frozen Yogurt. Try Venice's newest home for frozen treats, Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt. Located at 12157 Mercado Drive in Welland Park, Peach Wave has everything you want. From frozen yogurt to shakes and floats with options for everyone and a full toppings bar, you can customize your frozen treat and make it how you want it. Stop by and see them in Welland Park next to Publix and check out their daily deals on Facebook at facebook.com/Peachwave West Villages. Peachwave Frozen Yogurt, Venice's newest home for what you crave.
Six, 7, 8 up for Sarasota here for Beachy in the top of the fourth. It's Carter Hilton, Mario Travella, and Chris Soder. Through three full, your Indians with a 4-0 lead. Pushed across a run last inning on an RBI single up the middle by Merrick Houston, who's now 2 for 2 on the night. And this one is a long way from over, as your Indians need to keep pushing the Sailors' defense and Crump. Keep pushing those runs across the board. So Beachy now on for his fourth inning of work. Hilton with a leadoff single in the second. The first pitch from Beachy is on the outside corner for strike one. Today's Monday Facebook special. It's Marketplace Monday at Peachwave Frozen Yogurt. Bring a receipt from another store or restaurant that day and receive 15% off your frozen yogurt purchase. Love Peachwave. The 0-1 is swung on and missed for strike two. Peachwave, a great partner here of the Venice High Baseball broadcast. Appreciate them being a part of our inaugural season. Coming at you live on the Venice Baseball social media pages. We've only got room to grow. The 0-2 grounded over to Shoemaker at third. He'll pick it up and throw over to Corn across the diamond for out number one. Put out goes 5-3 for the first out of the top half of the fourth. Josh Grant flying solo once again tonight. Glad to be here. It's a beautiful night here at Venice. The temperature seems to keep going up, so all our friends from Maine and Ohio, everyone's still a little chilly. Be jealous, because it is absolutely beautiful. We appreciate you watching from the comfort of your own home, and that's what we wanted to do here with the Venice High Baseball broadcast. The first pitch on its way to Travella is flied into the softball field for strike one. As the main goal of the Venice High Baseball broadcast is to get our kids out there, and due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the small amount of tickets being able to be sold, we're glad to bring the broadcast to you in the comfort of your own home. The 0-1 is lined over to Houston at short. He'll pick it up and fire to Corn at first for out number two, a 6-3 put out. As it was lined right at the glove of Houston, took a short hop into his glove. The hot throw was a little bit high, but the runner is out for the second out. That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 18, Chris Soder, who walked back in the second. The second walk of the night for Beachy. So Beachy looking to go 1-2-3 for the first time of the night through the Sailors lineup. The first pitch is a nice slider on the outside corner for strike one. Good start to the AB for Beachy. The 0-1, same spot, same result, and Beachy's got him now, 0-2. Soder hasn't gotten the bat off his shoulder. A strikeout here for Beachy would be a big boost to the confidence of the Venice High senior. Pitching with a 4-0 lead's gotten into some trouble, but the 0-2 just misses. Just off the plate. Count goes to 1-2. He's gotten into a little bit of trouble, but has found his way out of it. His defense has done a great job behind him. 2 6-4-3s, double plays. Double plays have ended rallies by the Sailors. The 1-2 is flied out to short right field. Whitney will call off O'Sullivan and put it away for out number 3. So 1-2-3 there for the Sailors in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth with your Indians 8-9-1 coming up. O'Sullivan, Deans, and Robertson looking to put some more on the board. Again, the fourth inning is sponsored by Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt.
The fourth inning is sponsored by Peach Wave West Village's Frozen Yogurt. Try Venice's newest home for frozen treats, Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt. Located at 12157 Mercado Drive in Welland Park, Peach Wave has everything you want. From frozen yogurt to shakes and floats with options for everyone and a full toppings bar, you can customize your frozen treat and make it how you want it. Stop by and see them in Welland Park next to Publix and check out their daily deals on Facebook at facebook.com/PeachWave West Villages. Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt, Venice's newest home for what you crave.
Did you know the average cup of Peach Wave yogurt is only 140 calories compared to a cup of typical ice cream, which is 247 calories? Try the new healthy alternative located in West Village's Welland Park, actually, right next to the Publix. Go check out a Braves game. Go get some frozen yogurt after. They have great deals all week, including No Way Thursday. How much can you get in a cup for under $4? That's ice cream and toppings included for $3.95. Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt located in Welland Park right next to Publix. Go see Vanessa. Tell her you heard it on the Venice High baseball broadcast. As we go to the bottom of the fourth with your Indians up 4-0, it's O'Sullivan, Deans, and Robertson to lead it off. Against the starter, Jackson Crump, who had a really rough first inning, but since has settled down in the second, gave up a run in the third. So if we're going by evens, we'll see how this inning will go for your Indians. We've got some changes. The umpire just signaled. We'll have the changes here for you in a second.
Number 6, John Embry, batting for O'Sullivan.
So now hitting is going to be number 6, John Embry, batting for O'Sullivan in the bottom of the fourth. The first pitch from Crump is low and inside for ball 1. Number 6, John Embry. I believe this is his first at-bat of the year. As the 1-0 is skied, lined into left field. Embry will round first. So he's on with a leadoff single for the pinch hitter. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Steven Deans. Always tough to come off the bench cold. He is a freshman. Good piece of hitting there by Embry. Took the second pitch from Crump and lined it into left.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
So Deans is up, grounded out 5-3 in the second. First pitch is a check swing. He did not go for ball 1.
You gotta be a little careful.
The 1-0 is grounded back to the pitcher at first. He'll fire to short for 1. Go to first for 2. And that is a 1-6-3 double play. So 2 outs now in the inning for your Indians. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 12, Michael Robertson. 1 for 2 on the night with a single back in the first.
Number 12, Mikey Robertson.
Well, there you might have wanted a bunt. Didn't think of it at the time.
Couldn't get it past Crump. And he hit it exactly. He hit it hard, but it couldn't get past the pitcher. The first pitch to Robertson is a bunt attempt missed for ball 1.
Hit it where they.
The 0-1, that was called a strike. The 0-1 is low and inside. Count goes to 1-1. The 1-1 low and away. Count goes to 2-1 to the Indian center fielder. Nobody on in the bottom of the fourth, 2 away. Let's get Robertson on and get that speed on the base pass. The 2-1 is low. And Robertson's now ahead in the count 3-1. The 3-1 is just on the outside black for strike 2. Looked a little bit west of the plate, but we won't criticize. 3-2 here, 3-2, 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th. The 3-2 is grounded over to the first baseman, who'll have to beat Robertson to the bag, and he does. The speedy Robertson hustling out each play. Goes 3 unassisted, and that'll do it here in the bottom half of the 4th. We go to the 5th. Coming at you from Venice High School, your Indians with a 4-0 lead over the Sarasota Sailors. The 5th inning is sponsored by Jody Callen.
The 5th inning is sponsored by Jody Callen, Sotheby's International Realty. If you're looking for a better home buying experience, contact Jody Callen. Jody joined Premier Sotheby's International Realty in 2017 with one goal in mind: to better serve her customers using the latest technology while understanding that old-fashioned values like professionalism and morals still matter to people. During a transaction as emotionally and financially as important as buying or selling a home, the person who holds your hand during the process needs to be an expert and genuinely care about you and your family's best interest. Visit her online at jodycallen.premiersotheby'srealty.com or call her at 941-525-8707.
Top 5 here from Venice High School. The 5th inning is sponsored by Jody Callen, Sotheby's International Realty. Call her or text her at 941-525-8707. You need to sell or buy a home, call Jody. She'll take care of it for you and walk you through every step of the process. A great asset to the community thanks to Jody and Sotheby's International Realty. Aiden Beachy back on the mound to start the 5th. It's going to be 9-1-2 up for the Sailors. Garrett Browning, Bradley Ramsden, and Kyle Manitz are the first 3 hitters aboard for the Sailors. John Embry came in to hit for Connor O'Sullivan last inning. And O'Sullivan is back out at second base. So we'll have to see if Beachy gets into trouble, who's going to be the first guy out for Coach Faulkner. Top 5 here, just past 8:30 on the west coast of Florida. Thanks for watching from wherever you're watching from. A lot of people joining in throughout the evening. We appreciate all our viewers on the Venice High baseball broadcast. As Browning will step in, had a single back in the 2nd. The first pitch from Beachy is outside, on the outside corner for strike 1. Through 4 full, 0-4-0 for the Sailors, 4-6-1 for your Indians. The 0-1, big swing and a miss by Browning, and Beachy's got him now 0-2. Nobody in the bullpen for Sarasota. So Crump looks like he'll come back out for the 5th, who after a rough first outing has done a good job, allowed 1 run, but has threw really well. The 0-2 is grounded to Houston at short. He'll have to make a big play, and he fires across the corn for out number 1. So he had to charge it and backhand it and come up with a good throw. He got it right on the numbers to Korn. The ground out goes 6-3, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 3, Bradley Ramsden, who's 1 for 2 on the night, a single and an F7 in the 2nd inning. The first pitch is a big swing and a miss. Nice changeup by Beachy. The week looks like this once again tonight and Wednesday here at Venice High against the Sailors, tomorrow at Sarasota, followed by a matchup on March 26th, 9 days off for your Indians against the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs. The 0-1 is on the outside corner, and Beachy's got him here 0-2. So he can pretty much do what he wants here. He has more than settled down against this Sailor lineup. The 0-2 is grounded on the third base line, but foul. And the count will stay 0-2. Last week we had just over 400 people live watching the broadcast. We've been averaging anywhere from 500 to 600, so we appreciate you watching, including over 700 against Tampa Jesuit. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Deans will pick it up and fire to Korn. So the strikeout putout goes 2-3. And 2 quick outs here for Beachy in the top half of the 5th. Kyle Manitz now up Manitz is 1 for 2 on the night with a strikeout looking, the first of Beachy's night, and had a single to lead off the third. The first pitch is low and away for ball 1. It seems like as the night's going on, it's getting warmer. Anybody else feel that up here? No breeze at all. That last couple nights, the 1-0 is swung on and missed for strike 1. Last couple times the wind's been blowing, but those flags are straight vertical tonight. The 1-1, big swing and a miss, and Beachy's got him now 1-2.
Yes, I mean, his pitches aren't as high now.
Yeah, no, because he's,
Not pumped up.
So Beachy will come to his set. The 1-2 is grounded down the first baseline, just foul.
That's a weird ball. That's an example of
right off the head.
crappy zone. Crap in,
It was like a cue ball off the top left. Get that little spin, you're gonna get down. You know, when you're aiming for that ball from the corner, Tom, you just gotta kind of spin that ball.
Yeah, right. Spin it or turn the corner. Yeah.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Beachy now with the 12th pitch of the inning is a fastball in the outside corner. He'll hit it straight at Houston, who'll fire over. Lots of work there for Houston. Putout goes 6-3, and the Sailors go 1-2-3 in the top half of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Play it, Ray. It's Sweet Caroline time here at Venice High School. We'll let it play out. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The 5th inning is sponsored by Jody Callan, Sotheby's International Realty.
The 5th inning is sponsored by Jody Callan, Sotheby's International Realty. If you're looking for a better home buying experience, contact Jody Callan. Jody joined Premier Sotheby's International Realty in 2017 with one goal in mind: to better serve her customers using the latest technology while understanding that old-fashioned values like professionalism and morals still matter to people. During a transaction as emotionally and financially as important as buying or selling a home, the person who holds your hand during the process needs to be an expert and genuinely care about you and your family's best interest. Visit her online at jodycallan.premiersotheby'srealty.com or call her at 941-525-8707.
You got him eating out of your hand tonight, Ray, as tonight is a solid 8.9 by the Venice faithful. Ray Sinibaldi leading the crowd once again in Sweet Caroline. I'd love to bring you the whole song and the whole half inning, but Facebook does not like when they hear other people's music on other people's broadcasts, as it actually blocked us out from the second game of the season against Fort Myers. People weren't able to watch it because of copyright laws. So unfortunately, I cannot play music in between innings. I can not bring you nearly as much musical content as I would like on the Venice High baseball broadcast, but we sacrifice for the content. The bottom of the 5th, it's Colin Blasek, Aiden Korn, John Whitney, 2-3-4 up for your Indians. Blasek 1 for 3 on the night with a single and a 1-3 ground out. The first pitch is lined into no man's land in right center field. Blasek not messing around. He takes the first pitch from Crump at the bottom of the 5th and deposits it for a single. That'll bring up Aiden Korn, who, like Blasek before that last at bat, is 1 for 2 on the night. I think Dominic wants to shout out Gerald Liliana Fragomeni. And Bill Sneelock wants to tell Ray, he said, hello. Ray says hello to Big Schnee. Thanks for watching the Venice High baseball broadcast. The first pitch, Blasek takes off, and he's in there safely for a stolen base. As Korn's down 0-1 now. Looked like a potential hit and run, but Korn could not connect. Either way, Blazek is safe at second. So Korn with a runner in scoring position. The RBI man up for your Indians. Right guy, right spot. Let's put one across the board. Let's put two. Let's see what Korn can do. The 0-1 just misses off the corner. Count pulls even at 1-1. Hey there, go Indians. Thanks, Dominic. Appreciate you watching. The 1-1 to Korn is fouled off the right side. Count goes to 1-2. So let's go back to Beachy. Threw 44 pitches in the first two. Was thrown just 30 pitches over the next three. 11 pitches in the third, 9 pitches in the fourth, and 10 in the fifth. Crump has almost equaled that, as he's done a good job over the last couple since giving up 3 in the first. Crump comes from the set. The 1-2 low and away. Count goes even at 2-2. Was a very good pitch by Crump, just missed. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. A big gap in left center field for Korn. The 1-2 on the outside corner for strike 3. And a questionable call. The Venice faithful doesn't like it. But there's the first out of the fifth. And that'll bring up the right fielder, number 2, John Whitney, who had a sacrifice bunt in the first and had a walk in the third, scored a run later on the Merrick Houston single. Stole the base, got the second, and scampered around for the Indians' run. The first pitch to Whitney is flied into right field. Blazek will tag at second, and Blazek's heading to third. He's in there safely, standing up. So a sacrifice fly there by Whitney to right field. Moves the runner up. That'll bring up Merrick Houston, the hottest hitter in the Indians lineup tonight. 2 for 2 with a single and a double. So looking to cash in here is the Indians shortstop. Keep it going, Merrick. Yes, he does. NFL free agency started today. What a wild day. I know it has nothing to do with baseball, but lots of money being thrown around in the NFL. The 0-1 check swing, and Merrick is now down quickly 0-2. Titans wide receiver Corey Davis just signed a 3-year deal with the Jets, so he doesn't want to win. $27 million guaranteed. The Wild West in the NFL today. The 0-2's grounded to the first baseman. Will have to hustle to get it over to his pitcher. That's why they practice PFPs, as the 3-1 putout just beats Houston to the bag. And we go to the 6th here from Venice High School. Your Indians with a 4-0 lead. The 6th inning is sponsored by our friends at White Cement Specialties.
The 6th inning is sponsored by White Cement Specialties. Attention all weekend warriors. Are you a do-it-yourselfer? White Cement Specialties is your place for your outdoor construction needs. Want to install stepping stones in your garden? White Cement Specialties. Looking for block or bagged mulch for that trim? White Cement Specialties. Need an equipment rental? White Cement Specialties. Don't go to the big box stores. Shop local and visit whitecementspecialties.com or give them a call at 941-488-2172 for all your equipment and outdoor construction needs.
This call to the Pig Pen is sponsored by Daryl's Family Restaurant. Check them out at darylsrestaurant.net. Great specials here for St. Patrick's Day from Daryl's. The special all day on St. Patrick's Day is Daryl's smoked corned beef and cabbage with baby carrots, red potato, and cornbread, just $17.99. Got to go get Daryl's on St. Patrick's Day, a great partner of the Venice High baseball broadcast and great friend to all athletics at Venice High School. They've hosted lots of team meals. Basketball's had one, and now the baseball team will have a team luncheon on Wednesday at 3:30, sponsored by Daryl's. Thanks to Daryl's for doing such a great job for our Venice Indians. Now in the pitch for your Indians is number 13, the senior Joey Raffanello, getting his first action in a while. Raffanello with a deadly splitter here to stop the Sarasota Sailors. A great outing by Aiden Beachy, who got himself out of trouble quite a few times, and that's the kind of start you want from your starting pitcher, as he was able to get himself out of quite a few jams. Built up a couple of high pitch counts, not as dominant as he's been all season, but he will now give way to the senior Raffanello, who comes in from the right side with that splitter. Thanks to Scott and Denise, Scott Jensen, watching live on Facebook. Appreciate you, Scott. Glad you're here, spending your Monday night with the Venice Indians. It's 8:46 on the southwest side of Florida, on the island of Venice. Absolutely picture-perfect night for baseball. Leading off the top of the sixth for the Sailors is the catcher, number 19, Satchel Norman. Raffanello is ready. He's been wanting to pitch for a while, and now he's got the chance. The first pitch to Norman is fly down the left field line for strike one. Raffanello's splitter is second to none. That's a tough pitch to teach to high school kids. A lot of pros have trouble with it, but Raffanello continuing to work on it, getting better every time he throws it. He'll accompany that with the slider and the fastball. As the 0-1 is low and away, count pulls even at 1-1. 0-4-0 for the Sailors, 4-7-1 for the Indians. The 1-1 is low and inside for ball two to the Sailors catcher. Action now in the Sarasota bullpen, as the Indians have likely knocked Crump out of the game. The 2-1 grounded over to Shoemaker at third. He'll fire across the diamond to Korn. Has to make the big scoop, and he does. For out number one, put out goes 5-3. Good defensive play at Korn, at first base by Korn. Yes, he does. Sandy Dolan, go Joey, you rock. Thanks, Sandy, for watching. Now that'll bring up the left fielder, number 11, Danny Torrealba, who's grounded into a pair of 6-4-3 double plays. Rally killers for the Sailors. The first pitch is a fastball from Raffanello. Gets away from him for ball one. Yeah, he will not. Torrealba has no chance at grounding into a 6-4-3 double play here in the top half of the sixth. There's one away. The 1-0 pitch is low and gets away from Deans for ball two. He's got to take it down a notch. It's been the first action for Raffanello in about a week. Just come in and throw strikes. The 2-0 gets away from him. That splitter is low for ball three. It's got to be tough with the long layoffs here in games a lot of times for all the pitchers to come out fresh. The 3-0 is low and away, and Torrealba draws a 4-pitch walk from Raffanello. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Connor Whitaker, 0 for 2 on the night. Flew out to right and struck out swinging. So Raffanello will have to come from the stretch now. Runner on first base. And we're going to have a pinch runner? Yes, we are going to have a pinch runner at first base for Torrealba. That is number 22. Ryan Swartz at first base. So getting the speed guy in, as Raffanello having trouble finding the strike zone here. The first pitch to Whitaker is in for a ball. And that's ball 5. And that'll get a visit from pitching coach Tyler Shambora. Out to talk to his senior. Again, probably a little overamped, coming in for the first time in a while. But if he gets a couple of pitches in a row, that splitter starts moving. He's really tough to hit.
Waste of time here. You're gonna have to go out and get him.
The score, Steve, is 4-0, top of the sixth. Look at the top of the screen. Your Indians with a 3-run first, put another run on in the third for the 4-0 lead. Thanks, Steve, for watching. Appreciate you out on Facebook. Looks like Facebook is our sweet spot. Lots of people viewing on Facebook right now. 26 on Facebook, 15 on YouTube. So we've been averaging over, anywhere from 500 to 600 viewers a night. The 1-0 is grounded through the hole at second for Whitaker. So a base hit for the Sailors shortstop. That'll move Torrealba over to second. And the Indians now, the defense has to, Raffanello's got to put something for the defense into play as runners on first and second for Carter Hilton, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a 5-3 ground out. That's all right, Steve. I miss it sometimes too. I appreciate you watching. And that'll be it for Raffanello as Coach Faulkner will come out. We'll have another call to the pig pen to bring in a new reliever, likely a lefty, as Faulkner signals out to the bullpen. Again, you're watching tonight's broadcast live on the Venice Indians Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter account. Looks like it's going to be David Morgan. We'll be right back here on the Venice High Baseball broadcast.
The sixth inning is sponsored by White Cement Specialties. Attention all weekend warriors. Are you a do-it-yourselfer? White Cement Specialties is your place for your outdoor construction needs. Want to install stepping stones in your garden? White Cement Specialties. Looking for block or bagged mulch for that trim? White Cement
White Cement Specialties it is. This call to the pig pen is sponsored by Daryl's Family Restaurant. Check them out on social media. Check out their menu, darylsrestaurant.net. Lots of great stuff. We actually just ate there on, I think it was Thursday. I had the chicken sandwich. The wings are great. Daryl's a great partner to the entire Venice High community. And it is the lefty, David Morgan, the second man out in relief of Beachy. So runners on first and second. The Indians and Coach Faulkner will go to the lefty, facing the righty Hilton. So with a 4-0 lead, can't hit a 4-run home run, but got to get an out here in the top half of the sixth. Your Indians with a 4-0 lead. You'd like to see them maybe push another one across, but can't do that until they get on offense. So Morgan now has to let his defense do the work and put something in play. We've seen 2 6-4-3 double plays on the night. Let's try and get a third. Again, Morgan hasn't pitched in a while either. The Indians have had no real use for a bullpen. This Friday night, it was just Houston Wynn and Ian Jensen. Wynn went 6 2/3, 8 strikeouts, 76 pitches. Jensen closed it out. And there was it's been a long time in between games. So all the arms, you could say they're fresh, but they haven't seen game action in quite a while. So Hilton will come up. The sixth hitter for the Sailors. With a single back in the second. Morgan will look in. Comes from the stretch. Fires swung on and missed by Hilton. He's got him down 0-1. Good pitch there by Morgan. He's got speed at second. Good speed at first. The 0-1 on the way from Morgan. Another big swing and a miss. And Morgan's got him now 0-2. Two good pitches from Morgan. Let's find pitch number 3. Crump will likely be out of the game for the Sailors as they've got a righty down in the bullpen. Morgan will look back at second. The ground ball over to second base. O'Sullivan has one play. It is to first. So he'll get the sure out. Put out goes 4-3. The runners will advance, but no play at either base for O'Sullivan, as it was deep in the hole at second base. Has to range to his left for the second out. That'll bring up the second baseman. That's a pinch hitter for the Sailors. It's Carson Long. So Long will hit for Travella here.
The 7. Rick Smith hitting for Travella.
Oh, that's number 7.
Smith pinch hitting.
That looks like a 2.
Looks like a 2.
That is number 2, Carson Long. It's tough to see. These numbers for Sarasota are not very clear.
That's number 2, Carson Long.
The first pitch is away to Long for ball 1. It looks like a 7, but it has a narrow tail at the end. So runners at second and third. Morgan with the 1-0. Good pitch right on the inside corner for strike 1.
You can't throw breaking ball strikes.
1-1 count, 2 away in the top of the 6th. Morgan looking to keep those runners on second and third. The 1-1 is grounded over to O'Sullivan at second. He'll have to charge, pick it up, and fire to corn at first. And he leaves them on second and third. So a 4-3 ground out, consecutive 4-3 ground outs. And the Indians put him away with no damage done on the scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The 6th inning again is sponsored by our friends at White Cement Specialties.
The 6th inning is sponsored by White Cement Specialties. Attention all weekend warriors. Are you a do-it-yourselfer? White Cement Specialties is your place for your outdoor construction needs. Want to install stepping stones in your garden? White Cement Specialties. Looking for block or bagged mulch for that trim? White Cement Specialties. Need an equipment rental? White Cement Specialties. Don't go to the big box stores. Shop local and visit whitecementspecialties.com or give them a call at 941-488-2172 for all your equipment and outdoor construction needs.
To the bottom of the 6th we go from Venice High School. Looks like Crump is out for another inning of work, so he had some action in the bullpen. Did the Sailors. But his starter's going to stay in as the Indians have 7, 8, 9 coming up. Noakes, Shoemaker, and O'Sullivan. So righty, righty, righty up for the Indians. As we do actually have a pitching change. And that's number 11, Danny Torrealba. So Torrealba comes in from left field to take over for the Sailor starter, who did a really good job after a tough first. He gave up a run in the 3rd, but otherwise pitched really well through the 2nd, 4th, and 5th innings. So Ray and I are 1 for 1 tonight, as that didn't see the uniform number change. But Grant Noakes, the Indians' designated hitter, up, flew out to right in the 1st and struck out swinging on 3 pitches back in the 3rd. Josh Grant here in the high above the baseball field at Venice High in the comfortable press box. Venice has a great facility here at the high school. As we approach the 9 o'clock hour, the first pitch to Noakes is a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Thanks to all those watching. Check in if you haven't checked in from wherever you're watching from. The 0-1 to Noakes is way outside. Count goes to 1-1. As previously mentioned, tonight is the first of a 3-game series against these Sailors. The 1-1 is low and inside for ball 1. Or 2-1, excuse me. The 2-1 just outside. Catcher did a good job trying to frame it. And Noakes is now here ahead in the count, 3-1. Here at Venice High tonight, at Sarasota tomorrow, back at Venice High on Wednesday before the Indians have 9 days off before they take on the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs on Friday, March 26th. We'll have tonight's game, Wednesday's game, and next Friday's game here on the Venice High Baseball broadcast. But I will try to get the stream from Sarasota. As the 3-1 is flied over the right side, count goes to 3-2. Torrealba working quickly. The 3-2 high and inside, swung on and missed by Noakes. So he's down with a strikeout for the first out of the 6th. And that'll bring up the third baseman, number 11, Cole Shoemaker.
Cole Shoemaker. Hey, buddy.
The first pitch to Shoe is on the outside corner for strike one. Torrealba working quickly. The 0-1 hits Shoemaker in the back. So Shoemaker's on for the second time tonight, walked in the first and now hit by a pitch. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Connor O'Sullivan, who's 0 for 1 on the night. John Embry hit for him back in the fourth. O'Sullivan comes back
Second baseman, number 4,
and will hit for the second time tonight. Just past 9 o'clock. Glad to be with you on a Monday night, the first true night of spring break. The first pitch is bunted foul for strike one. First night of a week off, a much well-deserved week off for educators and students, as they're getting pretty tired too as we get to the home stretch of the 2020-21 school year, one that I think everybody is ready to be finished with. The 0-1, it's a hit and run, and he fouls it into the batting cages on the third baseline. Foul for strike two. I don't think it hurt him that much. It was a breaking ball. Joy, say he's okay. Joy, he's tough. I think he'll be fine. Shoemaker will take the lead off first. The 0-2 on its way to O'Sullivan. There's a fastball low and away, gets away from the catcher, and Shoemaker will scamper up to second. So a wild pitch by Torrealba, as it almost took out the legs of O'Sullivan. And your Indians have a runner in scoring position with one out. Torrealba with the 1-2 comes from the set. Shoemaker with the lead. Slider outside and fouled back. Count will stay 1-2. O'Sullivan on the left side of the box. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Torrealba's got him down on strike swinging. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Stephen Deans. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Would love to see Shoemaker come across the plate. Our guest PA announcer, Owen, did a great job. Got the Venice faithful cheering for him. As a fellow PA announcer, the fans never cheer for the PA guy, so good job, Owen. First pitch is low and away to Deans for ball one. Torrealba will take a look and step off. I've actually been booed as a PA announcer before. During the minor league season, we do these games like Dizzy Bat, and one time I called the wrong winner, and the fans went nuts. The 1-0 is flied off the right side for strike one. You know, in the minors, you don't have a budget for much, so as the PA guy, DJ, scoreboard runner, official scorer, I was also the on-field MC, chief cook and bottle washer as well. And I saw the play, I saw it as it happened, and little Timmy did not cross the line first, as the 1-1 is lined into right center field. Shoemaker will come around third. Right fielder bobbles it. Shoemaker will score. So there's run number 5 for your Indians. Stephen Deans with an RBI single. And just keep adding runs to that scoreboard. So it is a hit and an error. So it's actually not an RBI for Deans, but no matter, the run will score. And Jeffrey Fulcher will run at first base for the Indians. Michael Robertson now up. And Fulcher with good speed at first. So that number 5 looks good up on the board. The first pitch to Robertson is a bit inside but called for strike 1. Never score enough runs against this Sarasota team. And the pitcher steps off and will fake to first base. It's a good thing he stepped off, as if he did not, that is a balk. The runner would go over to second. The 0-1 inside to Robertson, backs him off the plate. Count goes to 1-1. The 1-1, good pitch by Torrealba right on the outside corner. He's got him now down 1-2. Owen now a celebrity here at Venice High School, waving to all the ladies. The 1-2 grounded foul into the Sailors dugout, and will reset. Count stays at 1-2. He had a little more spunk at his walk, Ray. He had some swag, absolutely. Fulcher will take the lead off first. Torrealba comes from the stretch. He looks at Fulcher. The pitch is line down the right field line. Fulcher's around second. He'll head to third. The throw will come into second base, and Robertson is in with a double. The throw actually came into the plate. What a good throw there by the Sailors right fielder. So a double for Robertson down the right field line. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Colin Blazik, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. So let's keep pushing this offense. 5 runs is not enough, as Blazik has the opportunity to cash in at least 2 more. A line drive right down the right field line for Robertson. If it was hit a little harder, Fulcher scores. Runners will take their leads off second and third. Torrealba comes to Blazik, who will foul it back to the backstop for strike 1. Good to see Mikey get it going tonight, as that's the 9th hit of the night for your Indians. 0-5-1 for the Sailors, 5-9-1 for your Indians. This was the night Coach Faulkner was looking for. He said on Friday before the Barron Collier game, his offense was ready to break out. And they finally seem to have done so, as the 0-1 is swung on and missed by Blazik. Torrealba's now ahead in the count, 0-2. And Torrealba working quickly once again. We'll look at Fulcher. Fulcher takes off. The 0-2 swung on and missed by Blazik. And Torrealba's got him down. Now he'll end the inning. So it'll leave the runners stranded at second and third. We go to the top of the 7th. It's last call. The 7th inning is sponsored by our friends at Sharky's, specifically Snook Haven.
Go to the top half of the 7th.
I am Jenny Mikowski. I am the general manager of Snook Haven Restaurant. We are a backwoods barbecue restaurant right on the Myakka River. Magical. It's got the trees that hang everywhere, moss is hanging, the river is right here, it's a beautiful view. We've got the alligators that go by, and it's unlike anything I've ever been to before. Here we do canoe and kayak rentals. Manatees are out right now. They love the vegetation underneath our deck right behind me here. Bean barbecue, we smoke our brisket and pulled pork overnight. We have a prep crew that comes in the morning and pulls it out so it's nice and fresh for the day. We've got our ribs. We have a smoked chicken wing that we flash fry, which crisps it up. It's awesome. We have a lot of local breweries. We love our craft beer. We can't talk about it enough. We have the 6-foot spacing of all of our outside tables. We have 50% of our tables inside available to guests, and we're using gloves and masks. We've got 3 sanitizing stations open for guests to use, so we really feel that we're taking some extra measures, including a lot of one-time use items. We have increased our carry-out options. We are doing curbside or counter pickup. We've got several family packages. We have growlers of beer. We have a really good time here. We love taking care of the guests. We love serving hot barbecue and talking about craft beer and just really giving a guest an experience. You know, we always consider this more than a restaurant. It's a destination, and you get a little piece of history here.
Check out Snook Haven on St. Patrick's Day this Wednesday. Food and drink specials, homemade corned beef and cabbage, plus green beer. Check out the Kudzu Stompers from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. featuring Irish music. Snook Haven is open from 11:30 to 8. They are the destination for St. Patrick's Day and any other day. If you haven't been to one of the Sharkies Group restaurants, you haven't been to Florida, check them out at Snook Haven. Now on to pitch for your Indians to close tonight's game out in a non-safe situation, but to end it for your Indians is number 17, the senior Cole Stark, getting his first action in quite a while, again, like Morgan and Raffanello. So let's see what Stark has as the first pitch to Chris Soder is fly to corn and foul territory at first base. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Stark. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 9, Garrett Browning. So that is how you want to start off the 7th inning, as he got the first pitch for an out. Soder skied it. It's a major league pop-up down the foul line. So Stark will look in for the sign. Browning steps in. Stark with the fastball high and away for ball 1. Stark has struggled with control a little bit in his limited action, but can turn all that around tonight. As the 1-0 from Stark is grounded to Houston at short. He'll have to charge it to his left and pick it up and throw it to Korn. So the putout goes 6-3. So Stark putting his defense to work. And that'll bring up last chance for Sarasota as the third baseman, number 3, Bradley Ramsden. Stark looking to finish this one off, just the second 1-2-3 inning of the night for your Indians. The first pitch is fouled off in the trailer park off the right side for strike 1. Excuse me, manufactured home park.
Stands are cleared out to avoid the traffic jam.
The 0-1 slider away. Count pulls even at 1-1. Like you may have just heard, the stands have cleared out to avoid the traffic leaving Venice High School. The 1-1 is flied in the same spot as the first one, and Stark's got him now down 1-2. So a nice outing here by Stark, and he looks to finish it off. The 1-2 is chopped down the third baseline, but foul. And we will reset. 0-5-1 for the Sailors, 5-9-1 for your Indians. Stark, the 4th pitcher of the night. Good start by Aiden Beachy, followed by Joey Raffanello. David Morgan finished that inning off, and now Stark. So 2 away in the top half of the 7th. Last chance for Sarasota. Stark will come to the set. The big leg kick, the slider swung on and missed. Deans will fire down to first base, and that'll do it. Cole Stark finishes it off. Strikeout, putout goes 2-3, and your Indians are 5-0 winners here in the first game of a 3-game series against the Sarasota Sailors. We'll be back to wrap this one up live from Venice High School. Thanks to our friends at Sharkies Group, Snook Haven. Check them out this week on Wednesday for St. Patrick's Day. But we will be right back with the Venice Gondolier Sun post-game show. Your Indians again with a 5-0 win over the Sarasota Sailors.
The Venice Gondolier celebrates our Indians and their long tradition of winning championships and national recognition. Athletics and academic excellence are hallmarks of the Venice Indians' winning culture. The Gondolier team enjoys a tradition of winning the Florida Press Association's top award for 8 consecutive years. Get the Gondolier and enjoy local news, sports, and our Pulitzer Prize award-winning commentary. Call to start your print and digital subscription. Get the Gondolier and go Indians!
Coach Faulkner and his staff has been looking for that offense to break out, and tonight they did as your Indians put 5 runs on the board against Sarasota. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the sixth. Offensive star of the game has to go to Merrick Houston and Colin Blazek, as each one, Blazek went 2 for 4. Houston's 2 for 3, got out of that slump. Blazek's played great defense all year, but has finally been able to put a couple of hits together. And your Indians pushing 5 runs across the board. I think that's the highest total of the season, if I am correct. A not spectacular outing by Aiden Beachy, but got outs when he needed to. His defense behind him played a really great game, including 2 6-4-3 groundouts. Houston to O'Sullivan over to Korn to end threats by the Sailors. So a nice job by the Indians as a whole. Thanks to you for joining us on the Venice High Baseball broadcast. It's been a fun one. And we'll be back on Wednesday night as the Indians will conclude this 3-game series against the Sarasota Sailors. So tonight is here at Venice High, obviously. Tomorrow is at Sarasota. We hope to have the stream provided to us by the Sarasota Sailors. If not, you can search them up, Sarasota Sailors, Sailor TV, I believe, on Facebook and YouTube. So for all of us here at the Venice High Baseball broadcast, this is Josh Grant wishing you all a great evening, and we'll see you again on Wednesday night. Go Indians 5-0 over the Sarasota Sailors. Have a great night. We'll see you Wednesday.